here at the jungle. AG. Doc is here. He's back from his remote location of Haiti. Of course, it's natural here. And we just jump right into it. So this is how we normally do. Guys, let's get into it. A lot of free agency news. Let's start out with this Lakers versus Clippers. That's how we're going to start this one out. What are your feelings on potential free agents the Lakers have and the Clippers have going for them? Who do you think is in a better spot to kind of get top-notch free agents? Go ahead, jump us on that.
I think that going into all this, I mean, you know, from the organization to the coaching, the Clippers just look so much more put together. Mm-hmm. Everybody was linking everybody to the Clippers because of just all their power from the, you know, front office and everything else, and that the Lakers were just, basically a crap show.
Yeah.
And, nothing was, and then they go pull up the Anthony Davis trade, they open up a max slot,
mm-hmm.
and they're the premier destination now. Again, which is, absolutely crazy just how day to day, like, everything changes.
For sure.
But me personally, if you're talking about from a player's perspective, it's rough when Anthony Davis and LeBron James walk into a recruiting pitch. It's hard to look at that and say, no, I don't want to come here. But at the same point in time, the Clippers are still playing the same building, they're in the same town, and they have money to offer too with a good surrounding cast. I think that it depends what you're looking for. I think if you're looking to win championships and kind of can take a back seat and, are okay with being that third guy, then the Lakers are your destination. If you want to be the man and you want to take on, a team and an organization and put them on your back, it might be the Clippers.
And that's only for two guys, Kawhi or KD for the most part.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
I've been a Lakers fan for all my life, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So when I look at the Clippers, I see a franchise that's cursed, right? They're cursed for life, and they deserve it, all right? They had Donald Sterling as their boss, all right? He was the owner. I said, even before what happened with him, I told Naturel, I said, because he's the owner, something bad's going to happen even when they have championship aspirations. And sure enough, on cue, it happened. Because of that karma, they are cursed. If they don't change their jerseys, their logo, I don't know if they have to change the move to a different location. I don't know. Whatever.
They got to change everything. They got to get some
whatever it takes. But as long as it says LA Clippers, they're LA losers. All right, that's what they'll be because they're the Clippers. All right, I don't know what to say, but they're cursed. So
are they gonna land somebody though?
This is what I'm getting to. Because of that, LA will always be the pointed destination. Even when you hear
the Lakers.
Yes, the Clippers. Even when you hear Kawhi talk about, okay, I want Magic Johnson in the meeting. It's just what the culture grew up seeing and how they have high regard for Magic. So you even when he's not there, he's still there. And you have LeBron and you have AD. So even when people are talking about all the dysfunction and all of this stuff, look at what's transpiring. So it's always going to be a situation where the Lakers are always going to be the set destination. And I do believe if LeBron James wasn't there, I think wholeheartedly Kawhi would go there.
That's interesting.
I think he would have went there straight off the rip.
But you know what? He said to go there anyway, just about. So let's even take that. I'll even piggyback off what you're saying. About the destination spots, right? If Kawhi goes to LA over the Clippers, regardless of why he chose that, right?
The Lakers.
Yeah, okay. If he goes to the Lakers, going to the Lakers, people have talked about Durant. People have cursed Durant. People have gotten so mad at Durant for making what's called the weakest move. The weakest move in free agent history. Do I think it's the same? Honestly, no. No, I'm just gonna put that out there. But it's pretty damn weak, okay? Pretty weak. Yeah, pretty weak for Kawhi to go there. You're gonna get a couple other pieces. That team, listen, even I was saying, they gotta fill it out. If they get Kawhi, that team is loaded. That team is loaded. Unless somebody gets hurt, give them the championship, okay? So that's how I feel about that. As far as the Clippers, maybe getting some people, it just looks like they're going to get shut out. Durant looks like it's between two spots now, between Golden State and between Brooklyn. The best odds are going there. Those two spots, I guess, when he's talking about maybe even a trade to even keep his money, because that 5th year means a lot to him. So we're gonna kind of see how
Achilles.
exactly. So we're gonna see how Durant kind of plays it. I think he won't be playing it with the Clippers, but the Lakers do look in prime position, even if they don't get Kawhi. They're taking meetings now with D'Angelo Russell. So it looks like another all-star. It looks like you're going to max out that space and get a quality person for that space and then just look to fill in the holes. I do think that's the right approach rather than breaking all of that up.
The Lakers even, they said today, which I could not agree more with what they're supposedly going to do. It was Kawhi, it was Kyrie, or it's just filling it out with role players. Those are the only two max people, and Kyrie, just breaking news, is supposedly on the brink of signing with Brooklyn. But I couldn't agree more with, from a Lakers point of view, just how that roster is going to be. It should have only been Kawhi, Kyrie. We should not be giving max contracts just to be giving them. And why I say we is because I'm Lever Knight, and they're part of me.
Lever Knight.
But I mean, I couldn't agree with you guys more in this aspect. Somebody's gonna strike out.
So if they don't get Kawhi, to me, it's Kawhi or bust for the Clippers. The Lakers, oh my gosh, they look like a front runner's Kawhi, and like you said, another top
Look,
notch.
even when you see Kawhi, his family grew up Lakers fan. The culture grew up rooting for the Lakers, especially in the 80s, because they had Celtics rivalry.
Yeah.
So then you have the culture backing the Lakers. You understand?
I think it's big, like you said. He wanted a meeting with Magic. Magic can't even take meetings. He's not even affiliated with the Lakers. But it just shows you, like he's saying, to the culture, when you grew up that fan, and Magic is like somebody you idolize. Yeah, I want to play for your team. And honestly, what I think he's going to do, because he has that one more year so he gets to 10 years, and when you get to 10 years, you can sign even more for more money. So what makes sense for Kawhi to do is to sign a 1 year and then sign your max contract, because he's going to get more money. Guys, get in the comments right now. Let us know what you believe. Do you believe the Lakers are going to get Kawhi? Or maybe even a D'Angelo Russell? You can believe they're going to get that big time free agent? Or do you think the Clippers are going to somehow come through in the clutch, get maybe even Durant, Kawhi, or even they're talking about Durant and Kawhi? You think that can happen? Get in the comments. Let us know how realistic you think that is. Jungle, baby.
Alright, welcome back to the jungle. We're on our next segment. Just like before with the Lakers and the Clippers, we're going to do the Knicks and the Nets, the New York teams. Breaking news with the Nets right now. Kyrie Irving is supposedly in close talks to really finalize this 4-year, $141 million deal. The Knicks are supposedly just waiting for heartache. But on that note, I guess let's get into it. I guess these are the big 4 teams, huge markets, but also most linked to free agents as of right now. I guess starting off with the Nets, how do you feel about the Kyrie Irving news?
Okay. I like the Kyrie Irving news. I've accepted it over this past maybe 2 weeks that D'Angelo Russell's leaving. It was a fun season. It was a fun ride, watching them grow, watching the Nets make the playoffs. But even what somebody even was saying earlier in the week and stuff, they were like, Kyrie Irving's one of the most gifted players in the NBA offensively. They were like, D'Angelo Russell would like to even get there. If he can get there. And it's not to say he's not, but to say Kyrie's already there. So I definitely like the Kyrie move. The other big shoe to drop also with that is the Durant news. I've kind of been expecting us to get Durant. And just a couple reasons why on that. The news has come out with Golden State. How he really doesn't like that training staff.
Who I gave loser of the week to, by the way, just saying.
Exactly,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There may have been a misdiagnosis, not trusting the staff. Okay, so we have that whole thing with Golden State. Who are the other options? The Clippers, you might want to go there with Kawhi, but then that's just now coming up, right? That's just very new. The Knicks look like they're going to strike out on everybody, right? So as far as even Kevin Durant, I feel real good about the chances of him coming to Brooklyn Nets. I think it's going to be with a trade because Golden State wants a trade exception, $35 million, right? So they can go out and get other people.
Correct.
Then that helps Kevin Durant because he says, I get my 5th year and I get the extra 50-some million he gets, right?
And on top of that, you guys wouldn't have to send any players back in town.
Exactly.
So, because that matters. If I'm, how much am I interested in going to that team if essentially I have to send 3 of those guys back?
And exactly. And the other thing is Kyrie already signed. So then you have another top-notch all-star there with you. To me, it's a win-win-win to go to the Nets. And we'll see how that goes. So what you think, Ray?
Yeah, the Nets look like a well-run organization right now. And just to kind of transition to the Knicks, it's the same type of thing with as far as a big market as LA, right? But the difference is nobody grew up with the Knicks to that degree, meaning that players don't look at the Knicks in the same manner as they look at
right.
the Lakers.
They have fans, but not players.
So a lot of times when we talk about the Knicks, people would love somebody to go there. It would be nice. It would be magical, right? But the players are looking at the Knicks like, nah. So it's like, okay, we're stuck with a situation where Brooklyn kind of came along and people in the region kind of grew up with the Nets being in New Jersey. They seen that, and now they seeing that it being in Brooklyn, it's making a move to the point of where Brooklyn can take over the Knicks.
You think so?
I think they can take over because I don't think the Knicks have the straight basketball type of presence as the Nets, even though the Nets don't have the glamour, and I don't think they'll ever have the glamour of Madison Square Garden. I don't think you can never take away from that glamour. But what they can do is take away from a straight basketball. We're good and we're a good organization. Like the Spurs are known as a good organization. The Patriots are known as a good organization. I think the Nets can take that away from the Knicks.
That would be big, but just even being a Nets fan, when we went to the finals those 2 years, the region, everybody still cared about the Knicks. It was still Knicks over Nets. The Nets, they were like, that's nice. We'll wait for the Knicks to get there. So even though I don't know if that could be. We'll see.
I mean, when it comes down to both of them, I think that the Nets, I think you made a very valid point. You have New Jersey backing you, even though you're in Brooklyn, because you were a New Jersey team for so long. Kyrie's a Jersey boy. Okay, so I mean that's essentially why he's going there. You have the glamour of Brooklyn. The Barclays Center is beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? So it's essentially you got a 2-for-1 when you're coming to Brooklyn. You have Jay-Z showing up to your games. You're having high-profile concerts in there. Again, is it MSG? No, but you're bringing up a valid point. Some of these players didn't grow up, like these LeBrons who are in their mid-30s and stuff like that. They still have that allure of, oh, it's the Garden, it's this, it's the Knicks. But these younger generation, they kind of just are like, well, they haven't been good since I've been playing, you know? So it's kind of losing allure. But let's call it for what it is. This is what I think the biggest thing is. As long as Dolan's the owner.
Yes, that's the main thing.
People are going to have a hesitation about going there. If you took a new owner like Ballmer from the Clippers, who is just like, take the money, do what we want, I just want to win. Okay, which they love, right? Like, Ballmer's a cool guy, you can just go up to him, he's real approachable. If you took him and put him in MSG and was the owner of the Knicks, mark my words, people would start going there.
It would change.
It would just change it enough to where that little concern would now not be there. And I think that the Knicks are doing from their front office is getting better, where they're getting more disciplined, because they'll go on a B tier, like they said, we are not overspending for B tier players. We're not doing it. Okay, now I'm not saying that these guys aren't amazing, but Kemba Walker going to a situation like he is in Boston, it's a little bit different giving him a max. As far as going to New York and you're just like, so are we just trying to make the playoffs, or like what are we doing?
They're building.
Right. So they're building through the draft. I like some of the picks that they made.
True, I do.
And I like the direction. I can honestly say from a standpoint, I actually like what the Knicks are doing, even if they strike out by being disciplined. But what I will also say is this. it seems like such a long time ago from when the Nets got fleeced by Boston, huh? And now they're signing free agents, and essentially, like you said, one more big move away from being one of a favorite.
Yeah.
So look, on the fast track, I'm going to give Brooklyn the closer edge of, maybe not necessarily taking over New York, but taking over that maybe championship aspirations in New York and being that team. I also like what the Knicks are doing. So I'm going to give kudos to both teams, obviously on two different levels. But good luck getting Boogie Cousins.
Just to that Dolan point, they were saying that even Durant, now this is just the story out there, alleged, might be hesitant on signing there because Dolan initially didn't want to offer him the max. And just being a free agent, if I'm out there and I'm listening to that, I'm like, do I want to play for the Knicks? And that type of owner, like you said, or owner like Ballmer, where I know the money's just going to be out there.
See, the Knicks had a certain allure back in the 70s, all right? And then
They championship.
they got Patrick Ewing because the NBA gifted them Patrick Ewing, okay? So then that transitioned their franchise to that next level. After that, there were no more gifts. There were no more free agents. Except for Carmelo Anthony coming back. And then that kind of turned.
They didn't have success.
So now it's like, okay, what do people have to kind of cling to with the Knicks?
You know what? It's like those older people, I don't feel are going to switch up. So that's why, like he's saying, the newer fans, I think, are going to be part of that Brooklyn way. And maybe, I think it's going to take years. There's too many Knicks fans.
Exactly.
So I think it'll take a couple years. But it'd be interesting to see. I want to see.
But on that note, get in the comments, like, subscribe, but definitely get in the comments and let us know. Brooklyn, new up-and-coming team, looking like they're trying to take over New York, or the glitz and glamour of MSG in the Garden with the Knicks. Let us know below.
And we're back on the jungle. Let's get into the next topic, guys. We're going to talk about kind of the other free agents that are out there, and if any of them can make a difference. If any of them going there is going to make a difference. Names I'm thinking of: Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler, Boogie Cousins. Is there another name out there maybe that you may be thinking of?
Vucevic from Orlando.
Vucevic.
Nobody's talking about
Vucevic.
Nobody's talking about him, but
Why should they? Tell me.
He's a very good player, solid rebounder, great offensively, very good offensively.
Good in the post, got a nice J, can hit the three.
I think if a team that's on the cusp would sign him, I think he could be the difference between a good team going to a championship team. So
Let's put you on the spot. Let's put you on the spot. You know he'll put you on the spot.
Underrated team right now that I see is the Indiana Pacers. Now they were a certain seed last year before Oladipo got injured. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about them. Nobody's thinking about them. But if they were to get somebody like that who is consistent with their offensive prowess, Oladipo comes back, and they maybe add a player or two, they could be dangerous.
I thought Miles was there.
They got Turner there.
Yeah.
They just drafted a center.
But look,
and they got
I'm going to give a team.
Sabonis, right?
He's a power forward, though.
yeah.
Oh, he plays center.
Yeah.
But you know what? You just taking a reach, right? Let's not slam you. You was on.
You know who I would like Vucevic with? You ready for this? New Orleans. They're looking for a center. They have a bunch of young up-and-coming players.
I like that.
Yeah.
To have somebody in there offensively that can help out Zion. You got Ball there. Not the, I guess, most scoring point guard. So you have another scoring option on the floor. I think just fits in everything, just makes everything run smooth. Let me just jump on to Kemba. Kemba, I guess right now all the rumors are he's going to Boston.
Yeah, supposedly soon as the clock hits 6.
As soon as the clock hits, right? I look at that move, I say good for Kemba, get your money. But then I look at, as far as Boston, does that make them any better? To me, that doesn't make them any better than 5th or 6th place in the East.
My thing is that we got to look at what else they're doing though. So Kyrie's gone, right? So that's where Kemba's essentially replacing, right? Marcus Morris is going to be gone. Horford's going to be gone. Okay,
So you just got the young guys.
right.
Brown.
Rozier, obviously
No,
now.
I heard they're gonna get rid of Rozier
Well,
because
now
he's on
yeah, so I mean, with Kemba, you're not going to go pay Rozier any amount of money when you're paying him a max of
Yeah.
slot. So Rozier's going to be gone. So here's the thing now. You have to replace all that production. But the big thing is that now you're going back to leaning on Tatum and Brown, like saying, hey, look, we didn't trade you.
Yeah.
We didn't do all these things. Everybody thinks the world of Tatum, and now it's your chance to be that guy. So this is his third year. This is that year that I think everybody's going to be like, all right, we want to see it. So I do agree with you. I think that it's a good move instead of them just losing everybody and not
Yeah.
getting anybody.
Yeah.
I think Kemba, personality-wise, is probably going to be better for Tatum and Brown than Kyrie was.
Can't get worse.
But the thing is that again, they're going to be a nice team. I see them as a 4 seed.
Oh, you was even higher than me.
Yeah, I see them as like a 4 seed. Well, because here's the thing: Kawhi leaves Toronto, and that team's done. So I'm going to essentially just swap them at the back.
You know what? They might be better than Boston if Siakam's better than plays better than Tatum.
But I guess on that note, I like the Kemba move for Boston. Don't think it's really essentially going to do anything for you until they get somebody in that front court to really do some damage.
Now, where does Al Horford go?
So they're linking him to, what is it, Dallas? Supposedly, they're linking him to possibly the Clippers if they strike out, trying to get him.
I'll tell you what, another center that could play with the Pelicans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But just in other teams, I think Al Horford could definitely help a team out, playoff ready, on that cusp. Looking at teams, what could he do? I don't know their cap situation, but I always look at a team like Sacramento, right? I'm high on them. I like their pieces. I feel if they get another score or two with that young squad, I feel they could start to make waves. So just to throw it out there, like I said, I don't know their cap situation, but just looking at fit-wise, that sort of thing fits because I guess they're not going to sign it.
But supposedly he's still looking for $25 million a year.
Right.
Al Horford, his numbers were 13 and 6 last year.
When I declined a $30 million option, I don't even know why that happened.
Right.
Let me know why I declined $30 million for next year. Because if that was because I thought Boston was going to give me a deal, then Boston said, nah, we're good.
Yeah, but supposedly...
And I got out of $30 million to do this deal?
Supposedly 3-4 teams are interested in Horford and looking to give him 3-4 year deals. So hey, look, if I got a $30 million option, but people are going to pay me 3 years 75, I'd opt out in the second too.
3 years 70. If Al Horford gets 3 years 75
They're supposedly saying he's looking for 20 to 25 million a year.
Millsap got what?
He just
opted in.
But see, that's a little bit different because that's a 1 year, $30 million deal. Essentially, if you're not going to get anybody in free agency anyway, why not opt into that? And you keep Millsap for a year. So that's a little bit different. But yes, I agree with you. Al Horford, soon as there's a 2 in front of that starting salary, I'd be like, I'm like, is this Atlanta Hawks Al Horford? Right. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm not signing up for that.
I guess the next level, real quick. Where is Jimmy Butler gonna go? What is Jimmy Butler gonna go?
Supposedly, they just said you guys can take that right after that. He's gonna visit with the Heat. He's gonna visit with the Rockets.
I don't like him with the Rockets. Just real quick. I just don't think that pairing works. As volatile as it's been already, you're going to bring another ball-dominant person in, right, to try to close games when already there's an issue with who's getting the ball.
That's an oil and water, if I ever seen it.
The Heat doesn't move anything. If he stays with Philly,
I don't understand the Heat thing. Did you want to just hang out?
For whatever reason, he liked the sunshine there, bro. I don't know. But he looks at Miami as a destination.
I think that Jimmy Butler should stay in Philadelphia. I mean, that would be the most logical thing to do. I mean, you have championship aspirations, and you're getting paid, and you have a city that loves you. You're gonna go where else? I mean,
and they could give
tell that to Kawhi. Tell that to Kawhi.
But I think that's a total. I think it's a different situation, and I think with, like you said, they would give him the max, right? And he'd be playing in Philly, a big market. Everything would be there for him. I just don't understand why he just wouldn't resign with them.
I don't know if he's using this as leverage right now for them to give him the max, like because they're saying that that's what essentially is going to come down to. Like if they offer him a 4-year deal, he's going to be like, nah. But if they offer him the max, I couldn't agree with you more. Like you were essentially a shot away from going into overtime and kind of fighting to possibly go to the finals. And I mean, to the conference finals. And now that's what you think Houston's a better. I mean, supposedly the owner doesn't even like the coach, but the GM likes the coach.
Right.
But then the GM doesn't want to get involved with certain players. Like, you want to go to that? And like, look, Jimmy, we all like Jimmy because he's a dog, right? Like Jimmy's like, head down, no nonsense. Like we all heard about when he went on in the Timberwolves and he was like, you can't do nothing without me, and was beating, took the second squad and was beating all the starters. Like I love stuff like that. So I'm a fan of Jimmy Butler. But do you think Jimmy Butler, personality-wise, is really a good fit to go there? What it is, I feel like him and Chris Paul will pick on James Harden, and that's just hard to see.
But guys, get in the comments. Let us know if you think any other second-tier moves will move the needle on championships. You think Jimmy Butler can? Do you think Boogie Cousins can? Where do you think they can go to make an impact? Let us know in the comments. If we missed something, let us know. Baby jump. Yes, yours and mine favorite loser of the week. Remember the rules, gotta get that ass beat to be on loser of the week. Guys, I'm just gonna make this real short and sweet for me and go first. My loser of the week this week, New York Knicks. You know what? Not because you got Barrett, you got a couple pieces, you got Mitchell Robinson, you got Knox, you like Trier. Oh, I'm not knocking the rebuild. What I'm knocking is all the damn fans and hoopla about y'all getting some damn free agents. Nobody was coming to the Knicks and nobody's going to the Knicks. But Knicks fans all the time, every time it's a free agent, we're in play, can we do? Let's create all this cap space. Let's get rid of Kristaps Porzingis for nothing. Hey, how's that working out? It's not gonna be good. We just waiting for this next week or maybe week and a half to go just to see y'all got nobody. So not knocking the build. Build through the draft, get y'all squad up. But to all the damn Knicks fans that thought y'all was getting some damn top-notch free agents, thought Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard was coming to the Garden, you are the loser of the week. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off him, I had given them losers the week before and said potentially losers of the year. All right, and it seems like it might be escalating to that level. All right, but that's neither here nor there. My losers of the week are the Houston Rockets. You know why? Because at the end of the day, we heard about the controversy, and now you're trying to make moves on top of a team that you thought was ready-made for a championship. You're trying to bring in Jimmy Butler. You're willing to trade Capella and Gordon. Now you're doing Tucker. You're doing all these extra moves when you said you're doing everything impossible to beat Golden State. You know what that means? That means that your GM was a failure. Your coach was a failure. Everything that you did was a failure. All right, because everything that you did centered around beating Golden State, even without KD, they still beat you. All right, and now you're changing your whole haul to try to do what? Now who are you after? The Lakers? All right, I don't know what you're going to do, what moves you're going to make. But if you bring in Jimmy Butler on top of the fact that you already paid Chris Paul $40 million a year, all right, and you're gonna bring another person into a hostile situation with another max salary, I give you losers of the week, and I think you deserve it, all right? And there it is.
Wow. All right, so my loser of the week is a little controversial figure. I'm strictly not giving him loser of the week for anything political. This is just for this segment. My loser of the week is Donald Trump. The reason that Donald Trump is my loser of the week is that you took a shot at one bad girl, Megan Rapinoe
Okay.
of the U.S. Women's National Team.
Purple hair.
Okay, and she came out like a bat out of hell and knocked off the Paris team, scoring 2 goals. The games before that, she scored 2 goals. And she heard you loud and clear because she acknowledged it before that game with Paris. And I mean, our women's national team, you know, shout out to them because they're doing their thing. We all, you know, from the show, we want to let you guys know that we're behind you, and you know, we hope that you guys keep doing your thing.
All right.
But for this, you talk a lot of crap, to say the least. But you talked to the wrong one this week. So Donald, you get loser of the week. Megan Rapinoe, thanks for putting them on there.
And there you have it, everybody. This is the Jungle Show. This is where you get your weekly sports fix. Come here to know everything about your sports for the week. We're gonna sign off here. Y'all get in the comments, let us know what you feel. Thanks for watching.